We are back again with another episode of UpNRecovered. This is part 2 to Russell Freeman's story about how he was in prison for 40 years at the age of 19. The point of this part 2 is to go more in depth with the stories that he told. If you missed the first episode of UpNRecovered with Russell Freeman, you can find the video here where we go over brief stories that he told. There's a stabbing, there's riots, and there's a lot more. I would definitely recommend tuning into that episode. So let's go over to his place and let's do another follow-up episode.
We are back here interviewing you again.
Yeah.
We're going to go in more depth with the stories that you told and, kind of like get more information and everything like that. And you said you wanted to focus on more things with...
Well, like the last stabbing I was involved in, where the guy almost died. I literally had to go in my cell and pray for this idiot. And I guess God blessed him, He put his hands on him because that knife, like I said, it moved his jugular vein to the other side of his neck. And it missed his carotid artery by centimeters. So he survived that. But right after that, they kept putting this guy back around me. Because, right after he got back from the hospital, they put him right back. They tried to put him in the same pot with me.
So do you think that was a test from God himself?
No, that didn't have nothing to do with God. That's the people and the COs, the correctional officers down there being idiots and they're being stupid. And, they play their own little games. If they don't like you, they'll set you up to get killed, or they'll kill you, and then they'll call your people and tell them, oh, he fell down the stairs.
Really?
Yeah, there was a lot of that. And I told my mom, I says, I don't fall downstairs, I don't fall upstairs. You know what I'm saying? So don't believe none of that. If I die down here, they set me up to get killed.
And what did she say to that?
No, she just kept it all in written down, and she would call them. And, hey, my mom would call DOC headquarters in the Springs, and she'd let them know, hey, something happens to my kids, yeah, you guys are going to pay for it.
Yeah.
So the thing about it is, but like I said, that last guy, they must have thought I was some type of stupid, ignorant, idiot inmate.
Mm-hmm.
No. Because I used to take my butt to the law library and I learned the law. And I did that for like 35 years of the time I was in there. And so right after that, they tried to file 2 counts of the habitual criminal on me for 2 life sentences behind a class 5 felony, possession of a knife. Because I took the knife from the guy. When he pulled it on me, I took it from him, and he got injured with it in the process of me getting it from him. But they gonna file a class 5 felony and try to take me downtown to that little courtroom they had down there where the only thing black in there was, like I said, me and the judge's robe. We were the only thing black in that whole courthouse. But they send these lawyers up here, and them lawyers, they deal away these guys' lives. They deal your life away. And so they sent some lawyer up to me, and First thing I told him, I said, first off, dude, no deals. We're not making no deals. But before that happened, they sent the case manager to my cell. And when I was in the hole, and it's right before shift change. They have shift change at 2 o'clock. So this guy comes in there like 5 minutes before shift change, and he comes in with a detainer paper. He wants me to sign the paper on the X. They got a little X mark on there. And so I'm reading. He says, hey, man, hurry up. I'm trying to go home. And I says, no, dude. They're talking about giving me 2 life sentences. I'm going to read this paper. Read.
Yeah, not skim either.
Don't read. A lot of dudes don't read. They all run to the gym to be like superhero basketball players and Michael Jordans and all that old stuff instead of taking their butt to that law library and find out why they got you here or why they're doing what they're doing to you. They don't go there until they get in trouble. Then they need the law library. No, you should have been in there so you'd have had some kind of idea of what was going on.
Right.
But I read the paper that this guy gave me, and it said because you're incarcerated, and DOC has custody of you, you have a right to a 90-day fast and speedy trial. And if you want that, sign the paper on the back, not the front where they put the X. Sign it on the back. I signed that paper on the back, man. This dude, he ran out there like he was all pissed off.
Could you run us through the process of what a speedy trial is?
A process of a speedy trial is like, okay, because you're incarcerated, you have a right to a 90-day fast and speedy trial because you're in custody.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you're just got arrested and they're getting ready to charge you with a crime, and you're able to make bond or whatever, as a regular citizen, you got a right to a 6-month fast and speedy trial. That's in the United States Constitution, both of them.
So is it better to do a longer or shorter trial?
No, it's better to do a shorter trial because those DAs, they try to
Just dig everything up, or?
amass a whole bunch of investigative crap on you so they could come in there with a complete case, like they could just slam dunk you, you know. And with the way the legal justice system is, a lot of the guys don't know, most of the guys that are locked up, they had deals made. Because if every person that got locked up or got arrested would ask for a fast and 6-month speedy trial, they'd almost break the system. You would literally break the system because they couldn't handle it.
Right.
And either they're going to break the system or literally a lot of guilty people would go free.
When you were arrested from that sting operation for the cars, when you were getting put in cuffs, and what was your main thought process that was going through your head when that entire situation was happening?
Well, the whole thing about that is I came up and because they said it was a sting, I said, yeah, they set me up.
Mm-hmm.
Because literally, you know, I'm not trying to brag about it or not, but back in the day when, you know, I had vocational auto mechanics classes from junior high to high school, which was about 4 years of it. And me and a couple of my friends, we were pretty good car thieves out there.
Mm-hmm.
We were taking cars left and right. And they had us down as they knew that we were like part of like 75% of, well, I'll say 50 to 75% of Colorado's auto theft.
Okay. Yeah.
Cases. And they could never catch us and never prove it. So
Yeah. But they had like clues that you were doing it the entire time. So when you were arrested that night that it happened, were you mad about it? Like were you anxious or
no.
Or did you just
I knew that they had me. I said, well, they got me, man. Because they arrested me that night, and I sat there, and like the two cops that was buying the stolen cars from them,
mm-hmm.
I guess one dude's name was Mike, and the other guy's name was Richard, so they called themselves Mick and Dick. So we were like, oh wow, look at this shit, you know. Mm-hmm. But they came off to us like they were hooked up with a theft ring in California to where they would get the cars and get them across the border.
Uh-huh.
So that's how they came off to us. But the next morning, I seen them come in, and they look like long hair hippie white boys.
Yeah.
So they all come into jail and they got their little badge on their little jeans, and I'm like, wow, that's how they did us, man.
So how did the people around you react to you getting arrested? Because I would imagine you made phone calls, right?
Well, the only one I would call was my mom, and she says, I just talked to my mom, man. It was just our conversation. So
Yeah.
I told her to keep stuff that she had. I says, I don't know what they're getting ready to do to us, but after I figured out that they were trying to charge me for a murder, my mom had a tablet in the house by the phone. She wrote down the addresses where I was supposed to go pick the vehicles up. I remember a while after I was locked up, she came home one day and they were in the house, searching the house without a warrant. They done picked the lock, broke into my mom's house, and they're searching the house looking for stuff. And I know they was wanting to try to get that piece of paper, but my mom came home from work and she was in there, and that was the one guy, you guys excerpt his name out of there. His name is Detective. He was in there and with some other guy, I don't know who it was, but they're rumbling through the house looking for shit. And my mom came in and she says, what the hell are you doing in my house? She says, why are you here? And she knew who he was.
Mm-hmm.
He's a tall white guy with white hair. He had white hair.
Like stereotypical detective or what?
Yeah. So,
Okay.
so my mom's trying to ask him why is he in the house. They're not wanting to say anything. So my mom asked her, you have a warrant to be in here or whatever? She says, because I know you're a detective. And my mom's walking around the house, because she put her purse down, and she pulled this dresser drawer open and reached in and got one of her cigarettes out to put in her mouth. And then the next thing she pulled out was her .357 Magnum. And she said, show me a warrant or get out my house or I'm going to burn you down right here. And they got their hat and got out the house. And they knew my mom wasn't playing because when she pulled it out, she caught the trigger back.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, I'll put you down right now. Get out my house. And she was, woo. A lot of people in Denver know my mom. Even the kids, even the older kids about my age, they all knew my mom, man. Don't mess with that. That woman don't play.
Right.
She does not play. And whoever's in the neighborhood, nobody, you better not do nothing to her because she got 5 boys that will come after you.
Mm-hmm.
So nobody messed around. It was what it was supposed to be.
Your ass was grass.
Oh, yeah, we were getting... Those cops, they was trying to get this stuff out the house anyway, because they knew we had evidence that we didn't do. Come on, man. If you kill 2 people, I don't care who you are, and they know you did it and they have evidence you did it, you're not getting out of prison, dude.
Yeah. It's like plain and simple, just
No,
like that.
Why am I here?
Yeah.
The cops came in later on, and those detectives, Nick and Dick, and they said, hey, man, they said, we know you didn't have nothing to do with those murders, and you need to tell us who did. And I said, okay, I'll tell you. When they came in there, the DA came in and everything, I said, it was this guy Mick, this guy Dick, and the DA who made the deal with the Law Enforcement Assistance Administration and Arvada and Lakewood Police Departments. They all set up a sting, and they're the reasons those people are dead. They got paid some money. They wouldn't tell me how much it was because they tried to use me and tried to file a lawsuit against me and my brother, but it didn't go through on us. But it went through on them, and they made a deal and paid them people off for their kids. That's bullshit. How much you think somebody's life is worth?
Right.
But I guess they gave those people millions of dollars, and so everything's everything. But no, those people are dead. They never got to live their life, you know.
How did you get into the whole, like, stealing cars? Like, when did that start happening?
I was on my way to school one day, and I just thought it'd be fun. I seen a car. It was a '67 Chevy station wagon. It was just sitting there running.
Mm-hmm.
It was cold outside. And I said, "Shit, I ain't gotta walk. I can just take dude's car." But I took dude's car and took off in it, and I drove myself to school.
Did you get caught for that, or?
Yeah, the police chased me in it, and I wrecked it. I almost hit two of my girlfriends, man.
Two of them, not one, but two of them.
Yeah, the reason I said two is because the two girls I was messing with, I didn't know they were twins, but they were playing with me. They were both my girlfriends. I literally Tokyo drifted a station wagon around the corner between them and walking across the street. But it was raining too, so it slid kind of sideways.
Right.
But they were on me, man. And I got out and tried to turn the other corner, and I hydroplaned. And it slid up over the curb and went into the park. And I tried to stop it, and a tree stopped it. I hit a tree, a big ass elm tree, and I got out, and I had my school books with me, and I ran, and these police, the Denver police, got out there. They were gonna kill me for being an auto thief. They literally shot at me like 4 times. Yeah, I literally turned around to look, because what happened is I was running, and when I got across the street, because they were right behind me, they had to stop and get out their car.
Yeah.
But I'm gone, man. I'm right in front of me. There's a Dutch elm tree, and I hear this top, and the bullet literally hit the tree and knocked bark off of it. So I switched directions. I went this way, and then I heard pop over here, and I kept going, and I went between these two houses, and I went and jumped the fence, and went and hid my books and stuff, and then I went over another fence. When I went over that fence, and after I was hiding my books, I hid my books under some leaves.
Why did you hide your books?
Because they had my name in them.
Oh, that's smart. Smart thinking.
My books and my peachy tablet. So they had my name, so I hid it up under some leaves, up under the shed. And so I'm standing there, and I turn around, and this cop standing right there, he said, "Freeze, or I'll shoot." And I looked at him. I said, "Go ahead." Hey, man, I don't know how I did it, but it was like a 7-foot fence.
Mm-hmm.
I literally leaped over this fence.
When you were sitting there, like...
No, I was standing there, and the fence was probably like 3 feet away, and I hopped right up over the fence. I did a backwards jump over the fence.
That's wild. That's like some Ninjago.
No, that's like, I think it was like mostly adrenaline that had me do that. Mm-hmm. You know, and then I was young too, so. But I used to lift weights. I was on the football team and everything in the school. But they came into school and caught me. I even switched. I took my coat off and stuff, and one of the girls, I put it in her locker, and I changed shirts, and then I went and sat down. But this dude found my books under those leaves, and he came in there and said, "Hey, who's Russell Freeman?" And one of the principals, Mr. Calloway, said, "Oh, that's him right there. He's getting his hair braided." They came and got me and cuffed me up.
How did all the classmates react to that?
Oh no, this one dude, his name is, him and his brother, we were all paper boys, and we all knew each other. Mm-hmm. And they got me cuffed up walking out. He go, "Oh, hey, what's up? That's Capone. I said, "Dude," I'm looking at you. Now, everybody knew Capone's a criminal, dude. Why are you saying that?
Right.
You're like diving me out, or what? What's going on, dude?
So, were you in juvenile detention, or were you just on probation after you got...
I was in juvenile prison. But it was an honor camp. But the thing about it was, what was cool about that is they had us down to be on rescue. teams.
Mhm.
We were on the fire crews to go help put out fires. And like me, when I was there, I worked at the forestry crew. And we would cut down trees and limbs, so people driving their Winnebagos don't get all scratched up when they come through. Ooh. And then, like on the weekends, because we were all cool or whatever, probably once a month, they take us into town and we get to go to the movies. Everybody had to sit there and watch a stupid movie. But dude, we were sitting in there getting
What was the
drinking.
movie?
I don't know what the movie was. We were drinking.
Sounds like a good night, right?
Yeah, but it was a fun time for me, man. 5 months was like,
Right.
is this jail? This ain't jail. This is
It's like a summer camp or something.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So I'm curious of when you decided to steal another car after your first time of getting caught.
Just taking cars was just easy, man. Ended up getting involved in this thing to steal the cars with the Sting because I was getting paid for it, basically.
Right.
Yeah. And the LEAA gave Arvada and Lakewood $1 million to buy stolen goods. And I mean, these guys were taking all kind of stolen vehicles and stolen merchandise, and they were storing at places. The vehicles they were storing out at Martin Marietta's parking lot.
Yeah.
And
Like just a dealership?
no, just the parking lot at Martin Marietta.
Oh, okay.
They got it's a place that makes space vehicles and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
But because nobody knows out there, and then they got good security, but because they literally had a United States Air Force limo out there. Some guy stole and sold it to them guys.
That's
But,
crazy.
Yeah, but it was wild, man. But we figured we'd get paid for it, and getting paid for a stolen car ain't nothing. I could take cars all day long, because that first car I took to them, I took it off of Vista Lincoln Mercury parking lot. It was a brand new Lincoln, man.
Is this where you would literally pop down the thing and hotwire it and everything
No.
when you stole it? Or
No, them was the lock and steering things, but I had to take a Lincoln limo off of the showroom floor, and they opened these glass doors so you could drive it off down the ramp. But I couldn't move the car because it was stuck to the floor. And these guys who did their floor the first time, so I was sitting there, I put it in gear, and you try to creep out. And I'm like, ooh, man, it just raised up. It wouldn't even move.
Uh-huh.
Ooh. So I stepped on it hard, and it said, skirt, and it left a little streak on the floor. My dad said, you getting that up? But I backed the limo out and got it out in the lot. But the thing about it was, when I go in there to do that, they got all the keys in the cars. And we find out they keep the keys in the car. This was a time when people kept keys in the cars.
Yeah.
We would take them even off the trains. The trains would park out by Stapleton Airport.
Mm-hmm.
Ford F-150s, man. Nice truck, man. They keep the keys up under the bumper or up under the wheel well with a magnet thing. We get them, or they're up in the visor. We get the truck on the train. They just ratchet them down.
Mm-hmm.
And we just unhook the chains off of them and just jump it right off the car.
So there was like no limitations for you when it came to stealing a car. Was there ever a car to where you looked at and you're like, I'm not going to proceed with trying to steal it?
The thing about it is sometimes there was guys, they would call us up and they tell us they needed a car, this and that. They would say, I'll say, well, what color? I mean, we were that good, man. And so, oh, wow, this is crazy.
Do you think that was because of your studies in mechanics?
Yeah. But now I can't even work on a damn car barely because all this electronic stuff in it.
Mm-hmm.
The computer is stupid, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather have an old vehicle.
Yeah. Was there ever like a time where you stole a car and you're like, I kind of want to keep this for myself, or?
Oh, there was cars we took and we kept stuff. We went out we went out to, there was a Ford Motor Company right off of Havana, where the old Laurie Air Force Base. We took 5 Thunderbirds one night because they had the keys in them. And we knew some people that wanted the parts, and we take them down there, seats, windshields, doors, they take everything, man. So.
Was there like a point building up to you stealing cars? Like, did you just steal like anything?
No, it was just for money, basically. We were just taking stuff for money. Some dudes used to call us Spot and Steal, me and my buddy. His name is Tim.
Mm-hmm.
Tim. They used to say, hey, well, he spot and he steal. They said, no, he steal and he spot. So he spotted, he steal it. You know, whatever we got, we saw, we just took and sold it. So.
Is there like a certain process you would go through, like with stealing the cars? Like, would you like scope it out at the beginning, or you'd be like, I want that one?
No scope.
Go get it.
We were like, say we were like sharks. You know, sharks in the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
It's an opportunity. We got it. It's gone. Because we watched some guy one day. We were up by a 7-Eleven off of Colfax and Great, and we was standing outside. And this guy pulls up in a Saab Sonic.
Mm-hmm.
He gonna lay the keys in it and just go in the store. Dude, are you serious right now?
Right.
So we took off in front of his car with him sitting there watching us. I took a Mercedes like that from right at that same 7-Eleven. Yeah, what you gonna do, dude? I got the doors locked. I'm in the car. I'm gone, dude. Bye.
Right.
You know?
Right.
But people were stupid, so then. You know, like now they tell people, oh, make sure you take everything and hide it in your car and lock your doors. And
I don't think you'd be able to steal a newer car if you wanted to.
No, you can't now. These things are something else.
Yeah, with like the tracking and everything.
No, they don't care. Right when they stole my truck up here a couple of years ago, they stole my Avalanche. About a week later, right on Federal and Alameda, they took 12 vehicles off that lot.
Wow.
Yeah, brand new Jeeps, brand new stuff, man. I mean, spanking new. And what they found out is they broke into the place, knocked the glass out, went in there, the key box, busted it open, took all the keys to the vehicles and took off with all of them. And I'm like, come on, man, how y'all not know where these cars are? Oh, they know how to take and cut the wires or detach the GPS thing to them now.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I figured they got OnStar or something. Well,
yeah.
Man, you can find out where these things are, man. But them vehicles probably been in Mexico, sold, or shipped over to Africa right now.
Was there like ever like a sense of guilt that came with it, or was it just like a lifestyle you didn't think about it?
There ain't no guilt behind trying to make money, man.
Okay.
It's just like, okay, them guys out there selling drugs, they don't care if somebody dies or whatever because they're selling drugs. They're trying to get, their whole thing is trying to make money, man. People really need to listen to some gangster rap and they'll figure out what's going on with life. I mean, if you listen to Too Short when he raps, you listen to Scarface, they literally break down. Because they said, if I got a problem with you, it ain't my fault, it's you.
Yeah.
You know, and they say people out there trying to do what they got to do, you know, to make ends meet.
Dude, I play Cammy and Chun-Li.
Oh, and if you do that other, there's a little girl with the broom. she'll sweep your ass if you look. She'll sweep your ass if you don't know what's going on.
Sweep your ass.
And then they got the one girl who got the big old gun, and then she shoots stuff at you, and then she'll throw the. Oh, and the one dude who got the chain, he shoots. He'll grab your ass.
Oh yeah. What Street Fighter is it? Is it? Which one is it? Is it the?
Takasumi, whatever.
Oh yeah.
That's a bad one. There's Ken the Eagle on the back right there. in the white.
I want to see it. I want to see.
Yeah, he's like, give me, like a little kid on Christmas.
You like that?
Man, give me. Hey, check this out. I told dude they had a Street Fighter game. No, ain't got no Street Fighter for the Wii. I said, yeah, they got Street Fighter for the Wii. I said, man, order this game for me. Dude got this game for me. So I got on my phone and tracked it.
Did they never send it out, or?
The thing went from Japan all the way down to New York, flew over my house. I said, man, you could have dropped it out in the barrel. And then they flew it all the way back to California. And then they sent it back to Colorado. I'm like, man, what the hell is going on, man? Just one game, man.
I haven't seen that game.
Oh, man, that sucker's bad, man. And the two little controls. Hey, man, it's crazy because, you know, when I got to the minimum facility, minimum restricted, they sent me to the Trinidad place.
Yeah.
So I went to Trinidad and at Trinidad Junior College. But we would sit there in the pod. They had those Wii games. And we played those games every day. We played that one, and we played the one I got in now, Pro Street Racing, racing the cars. And we even got the cheat codes.
You're all writing them down and everything?
No, right? Horsepower. You put horsepower and unlock all things.
Right. Where did you go when you got out of prison? Like, where's the first place you went when you got out of prison?
I was in the halfway house. So they kept me in the halfway house for 3 days, a week or something like that, to get me to adjust to what's going on. So I have a friend they call Red that was locked up, and he helps guys with reentry into society. And my brother come. They could bring you food up there. I told my brother, I said, hey man, I need 6 eggs over easy and a half a slab of bacon, dude.
That was your first meal that you had when you got out?
Oh my God, man. I was like, oh.
Is that something that you craved a lot?
Oh man, because they cut out the pork in prisons because the Muslims started acting up about it. There was a big lawsuit behind that with DOC, and DOC cut out all the pork products, man. We used to get BLTs and pork roast, pork steaks, and every Christmas they would give us a beef steak, or we would get prime rib.
How was Christmas during prison? Like, was the energy in the prison different? Like, on that certain day, or?
Yeah, well, everybody tried to be calmed down. You know, they're all dealing with family and everything. You know, you got to send cards to everybody. And religious people can go do the religious things. The only other thing bigger than that is Super Bowl.
Yeah, really?
In the medium facilities, Super Bowl, the guy at the church, the preacher, and the warden, they got together, they put a big screen TV in there like I got right here.
So everybody would gather around and watch it?
And you could go to the church and watch the Super Bowl game.
Oh, that's cool. So they had a church in prison, is what you're telling me?
Yeah.
Okay.
They had a regular Christian church, but Christians, Catholics, the Muslims go on Fridays, and they do their Ramadan thing for them. The Jewish guys who do their little thing. Man, I used to trip on that because, you know, they got money. They popped a tent right in front of the security office. And these guys are out there all day for like a whole week, month, or whatever their religious thing is. And I said, man, I've been locked up 20-something years. They ain't never let me go on a picnic. Can I have a picnic? They can have a picnic.
I want a picnic. Yeah.
Yeah, where I don't have to be stuck in my cell all day.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go, or out on the dusty dirt yard, let me go on the grass. They pop a tent on the grass and give these guys a picnic for 30 days. You know, everybody's dealing with family and everything during the holidays. And so, you know, everything's cool. It's just every 4th of July is when they get stupid.
How is 4th of July crazy in prison?
Well, all the guys come out, you know, they have their little races and stuff like this and that. And they give out ribbons and stuff. I even won a couple of ribbons. I got second place because this one guy named Perkins, he beat me, man. But we ran around the track, I think it was like twice.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, yeah, I got this one. So I was running. Man, this dude come out of nowhere. And right before the race, this dude was smoking. He smoked like 2 cigarettes, or he smoked a cigarette and shit. I said, yeah, I'm going to beat this guy.
Yeah.
And sucker came and he passed me up. I was like, damn, man. But after that, then the little gang members come out and they, oh, man, EOG, big dog, woof, woof. And they go to wanting to fight each other. And then it's like that during spring, but they don't do nothing but want to be physical.
Mm-hmm.
So then people get more physical. And
So why do you think that inmates who go to prison why do you think that they keep misbehaving and extending their sentences rather than just keeping their nose clean, trying to get out of there? Why do you think that is?
it's something to do with their mind, man. You have, look, the way we grew up and everything, I had a strong mom and I had a strong dad. And Dad gave me a bunch of principles and values to go on, and they don't have those.
Yeah.
They're not letting them get those no more. I think they need to give them more whoopings. They need to quit these laws, all that go stand in the corner shit or time out shit. No, spank that ass.
Yeah.
And they get that ass spanked enough. I mean, come on, man. Here's the difference. If I go in here and turn the stove on, even my dog knows it's hot.
Mm-hmm.
Don't touch it.
Mm-hmm.
It'll burn you. If you ever get burnt touching that stove, you'll never do it again.
Mm-hmm.
You'll never do it again. I mean, come on, man. Really? I mean, it's just that simple. But a lot of those guys don't have that. And they need that. Those are values and principles that kids need growing up for them to learn the difference between right and wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's right and then there's wrong. You know the difference when you're doing it, You know, I'm out there stealing cars and doing, I know that's wrong. But I did it as a way to make money for myself because I felt, and I grew up during that Martin Luther King thing. And I even had a Jewish girlfriend at one time. And I seen some dudes getting ready to jump on her and beat her up because she's white. And I'm like, dude, you're not. And I came around the corner. I had my switchblade.
Yeah.
I told them dudes, I will gut you from neck to neck. Leave my girl alone. And we're good, Freeman. We're good. Yeah, sure. But if I wouldn't have been there, my girl was fucked up, dude. They would have beat that girl for no reason. And they had like little black mop sticks wrapped in black electrical tape. But it's just stupid shit like that. My grandma's white. She's Cajun. And, I'm the reason I'm here in Colorado is because she told my dad to bring me here. But it's a thing, man. People just have to learn, but nobody wants to learn no more. It's old saying, the world is going to hell and the shit in the handbag.
Yeah.
So.
Good answer. All right, we have to wrap. We're about to run out of battery. We have to wrap.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the interview again, and the stories that you that you brought forward.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, man. It's still.
I just feel like there's so much more.
It is.
There's just so much more. I mean,
Man, you don't even know, man. I mean, even at that thing, my pen pal came up here the other day. That piece of paper right there, at the top and the corner right here, over here. Yeah. That's what I did when I was in the Trinidad State Prison.
oh yeah, this was
Pop tabs
Yeah.
for cancer kids. And dude said, "Why are you doing this?" I said, "For the cancer kids." Dude, I don't. The lady told me it was pretty big, and there she is on the front. Look at all those pop tabs.
that's crazy.
And
I don't think that's gonna help.
when they got those pop tabs, when they got those pop tabs, they did the thing on. When they got those pop tabs, turn the back around so I can see that.
Did you get this side?
When they did the pop tabs, they just opened the Ronald McDonald House in the Colorado Springs. And that lady told me, she said, "You know how big this is?" I says, "No." She said, I told her, "All I know is it helps the cancer kids and their families."
Good.